You want a guy that when the shit hits the fan, they're going to go in and win you a game. You know? And other than that, you want them to keep learning and support their guys and know and understand their role and thrive in their role.
Name of the quarterback you brought in, number 9. Forgive me.
Granger.
Granger.
Darrin Granger, yeah.
What attracted you to Darrin Granger?
Well, like everything, I think there's, you know, I don't know which guy Scout saw him, but when you talk to Danny and Buck, they liked him, right? When I watch his film, he's a big, strong guy. He runs very well. It looks like maybe taller than old-style CFL mobile quarterbacks, you know? But that kind of mobility, good arm strength. Rushed for a bunch of touchdowns, threw for a bunch. Wasn't afraid to push the ball downfield. And seemed like when he did, it was, you know, some of those longer balls looked like shots more than Ricky Ray kind of deals. They looked like they were really pushed downfield. So, pretty pleasing to watch athletically.
What had you seen from Eric Barrier since the preseason game last Monday?
I think sometimes you just, if you understand how our how those lists work with quarterbacks, you know, if you think that he's behind another guy, you might as well try to, and you have someone that wants to come up, you might as well get going, right? Like you see some teams that keep a quarterback on their neg list for 5 years, right? And I don't know that we really operate like that. Yeah, Eric was on there for quite some time, but once you got to get him in to see him and see what they can do, right? And I think this is another one of those kind of circumstances, right? Yeah. But Darren's a big, strong, fast, athletic guy.
At this moment, do you have guys that you would have the rights to that would want to come up if you had a spot for them? Like, do you have a list of guys that are ready to come?
I don't really pay attention to that. It's just sort of when they come up, I get told, hey, this is the situation, right?
What could you tell me about Marquise Bridges and how he's been through camp in the preseason?
Yeah, we talked about him a little earlier. You know, sometimes it just takes a few days for guys to get rolling, and I think he's certainly, been one of those guys that has come on of late, right? You know, the first few days, you just got to understand that, especially DBs. You know, it's really different looking at the waggle, looking at all that motion, trying to sort it all out. So it's just another great reminder to, you know, probably don't even write anything down early unless it's positive, right? You know, so I think he, among some of the other DBs, have really come on and seem to be closer to the football all the time.
And then Chris Kolinkowski was in sweats today. Mm-hmm. Is he?
I was too. It was chilly out.
Were you going to line up at center for the preseason game?
No.
Is he back soon? Is he out for
he's
length of time?
Yeah, just give him a rest day.
Adding 2 D linemen along with the quarterback today, was that a position you wanted to see some more guys, or is that part of just like who's available and you can bring in?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to take a look, but I think at the end spot, what you really have is you never have enough ends, right? You know, I think we got some good D tackles, obviously, but when you have guys that are ready to come up, you want to move on like that. But with the end spot, it just feels like we're thin right now. You know, numbers wise, not talent, numbers wise.
Quadruple header, CFL preseason. Do you watch preseason games?
Well, I can't right now. I'm in here, but the game's on.
CFL Plus,
yes.
Right? Watch them on demand.
Yes, I'm watching it. Well, I was, so we came in here.
What
lightning delay, so that's only halftime, I think, for the Calgary game.
What can you draw from teams when they got 90 guys on a roster or whatever?
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. I'm not sure yet, but I like watching it. It's good to get back into it. It's good to see the end of halves, end of game scenarios, you know, as a coach, you need to sharpen up too, right? So I like paying attention to those. There was some good, you know, tempo plays going on at the end of a half, you know, a couple different drives, trying to get some more points at the end, which is always fun to watch. And once again, just reminds me of the way the clock's going to operate.
Forgive me if I have this wrong, but was it Miles Fox in preseason last year that attracted you, the club, to him?
Yeah, he was with BC. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that right.
Mike, what have you seen from Terry Wilson, since we're doing the quarterback theme here?
Yeah, once again, I think he's got some poise and some professionalism. You know, I said it before, I guess, but I'm just watching him work post-practice. I said this, it looks like he has a plan. And he goes out post-practice, he wants a certain number of throws, he wants a certain type of throws, and he gets a guy to come out and run some routes, and he gets his work in, and then he gets going again, right? So I do think he, you know, stands tall in the pocket, and I like the way he played against Sask.
He said it feels like night and day for him already since day one of rookie camp. Can you see that kind of progression too?
Yeah, I mean, he's still young, right? There's gonna be mistakes, and there's gonna be new things he's got to learn. But yeah, obviously he progressed pretty darn well.
What do you want from your third quarterback? You know, it's been a mix last couple of years of who would be short yardage and
Yeah,
who's, you know.
you want a guy that when the shit hits the fan, they're gonna go in and win you a game, you know? And other than that, you want them to keep learning and support their guys and know and understand their role and thrive in their role, you know? That's really what you want.
One more for me, the punt in and punt out kind of session part of it.
You like that, don't you?
I love that, but
Yeah.
how do you explain that to someone that's never seen it before, because it's so unique to our game?
Well, it's usually a fun joke. We usually just let them watch it, then we don't say anything and leave the meeting, and they're just left, you know, bewildered. No, we go through it all, talk about all the scenarios, you know. You know, that team, when when your roster's set, that team doesn't usually have a lot of new to CFL guys on it, right? You try to keep it with guys that have been in that play before, no matter where they've been in it. And if they've been in that play before, it sort of helps.
Do you still get, when you are showing it to new guys, do you see the, what the hell is
You can
is
hear
this?
it. They
Oh.
have no clue what's going on. It's awesome. It's
All right.
Canadiana, and it's perfect. Don't mess with it.